So I see that you have several trophies up here. Just talk about what they mean to you.
Well, all of these trophies and pictures and things have equal significance. Some of them are from my state championship games. This one is from my MVP. I mean, my All-Star game that I played at WC. My favorite, the Golden Ball, comes from the Dix National Championship. This is like my Gateway Conference Championship. All of these trophies, it's just something to look back on, my accomplishments that I've made, to know that I can go further in life.
Now you said that the Dix is your favorite. What are the thoughts that come to your mind when you look at that trophy?
There's a lot of hard work, sweat, pain, tears even. For 4 years, well, my 4 years being at Reebok, nobody knew we could win a national championship. We hadn't even heard of it until last year. We tried to win 4 state championships in a row. That didn't happen because of last year. We got knocked out by Lake Highland Prep. But just looking at this, it's like me going out on a bang. It's my senior year, being a national championship, and there's really no way you can get higher than that. So just looking back on this trophy, I'm just blessed.
Now I see that you have your baby shoes there, and you started playing when you were how old?
Well, my mother was 8 months pregnant with me, still playing basketball and still coaching. So technically, I guess you can call that playing. But I used to go to her practices when she used to coach middle school basketball. And I'll tell her boys to do everything. And like they'll do it like I was the coach and they'll listen to me. She was like, "You're not finna run my team. I'm finna get you your own." So I was 8 years old. I didn't start getting serious until about 7th grade. That's when I played for James Weldon Johnson. And then nobody expected me to go to Reebok because James Weldon Johnson was a college preparatory middle school. They expected me to go to Paxton or Stanton, something like that. And mom was like, "No, you're going to Reebok. You're going in the early college program." And I met Coach Sheila at the age of 13, and that's how I got the number 13, and it was just on from there.
Talk about your journey from that age all the way up to now. You have several pictures. Just talk about your feelings of that long journey playing this game.
Well, when I first started playing basketball, at the age of 8, the team I played for, it wasn't really a good experience for me. So I actually quit basketball for 2 years. And then when I got into middle school, Monique Patrick, that was my middle school coach, and she was like, "We're going to need you next year, NOLA." And that was when I was in 6th grade, before 6th graders could start playing. And I was like, "I don't know if I want to play again." And then I found the team, the Pistons, and they worked on my game. Of course, I was always good at defense. That's just my specialty. But, you know, they gave me a little bit of offense. And in 7th grade middle school, I was starting in all the games. And everybody was like, "You're the only 7th grader doing da-da-da." And I said, "I know, because I'm raw." And I just thought I was all that. And I got to high school, and it was like, I got knocked down a couple of inches. And I was like, wow, I'm not as good as I thought I was. So I really had to just go and analyze and work on my game. I got better every year. And up to now, well, my 9th grade year, I had to guard Aisha Smalls, All-American, went to Baylor. Now she's at Maryland. In the 9th grade, I was starting in a regional final game, and that was just a really cool experience for me. That's my 9th grade picture right there. 10th grade, you know, back-to-back, I got more playing time my 9th grade year than my 10th grade year, but I mean, sometimes you have to go through things like that. And then my 11th grade year, I was a full-time starter. That's that picture right there. We got knocked out by Lake Highland Prep, but, you know, everything was all good. And then the year after that, our schedule got even harder, and we came home with a national championship, and it was just a blessing from God. I think it was, we didn't need to win last year, because we probably would have been so cocky and so above ourselves that we thought we could just beat any and everybody. So being able to lose last year, it gave us a humbleness to know, it gave us a fight. We were in a dog fight. That's why we wore a lot of camouflage this year, because we had some unfinished business to take care of, and I think we took care of it.
NOLA, so where are we headed now?
We're on the way to my uncle's house. My mother claims she has to drop off some money, but I think they got something going on, so we'll see when we get there.
Well, when you do get out, you know, and about, where do you like to go?
Well, I don't really get out much from like practice and basketball and stuff like that. But when I do get out, I like to go to Jackson Indoor Sports and watch like local AAU teams play, for the AU team I used to play for, the Jacksonville Lady Predators. I like to go watch them play and stuff. And I like to go to the movies sometimes. So.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is Love and Basketball. It sounds cliche, but it is. I know like every word to that movie is really ridiculous.
With Mike Epps and Sanaa
Omar Epps.
Omar Epps, that's right. Not Mike. That's comedic, right?
Right.
So, you played AAU too?
Yeah, I played AAU for like a lot of teams, but not on purpose. It was like the team was like it was good for 2 years and then it disbanded, so I had to find me another team. So that's really how that went. I played for the Jacksonville Lady Predators, the Jacksonville Lady Pistons, and I also played for FGB, Florida Girls Basketball.
Why do you think your mom got something going on today?
Because she don't know how to keep a secret, and she really hasn't been talking today. So if she don't talk, I know she's trying to hide something because she can't hold water.
So, where does your uncle live? How close is he to you?
It's like, once I pass this first light, it's like the racetrack down here. You turn left off Trout River, and he stays in the same place. It shouldn't take us that long to get there. Wow, these cars over here! Don't close the door! Wow, these cars over here! I don't know. Oh!
Let me get by them.
What you crying for, big baby?
Oh, you punkin'?
No, you punk.
Oh,
You a punk. You a punk. You is a punk, man.
alright.
Real thugs don't cry.
Oh, you crying.
I know you must be a thug. Real thugs don't cry. Surprise. Oh, Sheila is sleeping all on the way. I'm glad you can't ride that fast because I just got her in the house. They told me not to try that. Speech. What kind of speech are you on? Make some. Right. You know you like to talk.
Yeah.
She don't like to talk.
Yeah.
Well, this event was put on by Uncle Lionel, Uncle Henry, and Van. This is in celebration of.
Oh Lord. Alright, my little friend.
Of all your accomplishments that you made this year, not just in the classroom but on the basketball court as well. So they thought enough of you to give you a party.
Thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming. Van kind of spilled the beans on us at Reebok.
Oh, wow.
He kind of spilled the beans just a little bit. I didn't know what they was gonna be on, but I just want to thank you. I didn't know I was gonna cry. I didn't think I was gonna cry for real. I really don't even have nothing to say. This is the only time in my life I've ever been speechless. Y'all got me good. Y'all did.
Listen, they do all in church.
So fake. Y'all could
Rolling. So, talk about you actually playing basketball. Where'd you play at, and I mean, what position?
I never really played basketball. I played intramurals in college. I used to play with the boys in high school, and then I used to substitute teach a lot, and I would play with the kids. When I would sub PE classes, I would play with the boys all the time. But as far as going to college and playing basketball, I didn't play in college. I just loved the game. Dr. J and Andrew Tony was my favorite players, and I just used to try to emulate them with the boys in the streets.
Now, Nola, that love of the game, when you first started playing, when your mother was coaching, is that when you noticed that you loved basketball?
Well, I know I liked basketball, but I didn't really start loving basketball until I got to middle school, 7th grade year. That's when I really figured out, like, I could really do this. I could really make this into something that I could play year-round, something that I can be good at.
So, Pam, tell us, what's the significance of having family here to celebrate Nola's senior year?
Today was more about them celebrating her national championship. I come from a large family. My mother is one of 20 children, and I can count, have 100 first cousins. And since she made it to high school, I have always reached out, and I would send out 120 messages per game, be like, Nola has a game tonight. If you're able to come. Game starts at this time. It's at this location. So, and every once in a while, I would get pockets of cousins to come out and support her. But I've always been her biggest and her #1 fan. So, for them to come together and say, okay, we want to do something, she's doing something really well, and we can celebrate her. For them to come together and do it, I feel like it's bringing a little unity to the family. It's a blessing to see them all come together.
Now, you mentioned the national championship game, and Nola, that was one of your finest games that you played. Just take us back to that game from start to finish, walking on Madison Square Garden's court throughout the game. Just tell us about what was going through your mind throughout the whole game.
Well, I just try not to psych myself out because I know Madison Square Garden is a big stage, it's a big court. So I just try to treat it like it was another game. I try to play my role for the most part, and doing that, I guess it worked out for our team. I went 7 for 7 field goals. I had 15 points, I believe. But just that whole experience, it's just wonderful, something that I'll never forget. That game was one of my best games of all my 4 years, but I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be able to play in Madison Square Garden, and just blessed to be a national champion.
How did you feel about playing one of your best games on the biggest stage of your career?
Well, my coach always tells me I show up at the biggest times. Like when we needed to get past Florida High my 9th grade year, that's the year I showed up and shut down Aisha Smalls. When we had to play Dunbar all 4 years, that's when I showed up with my defense. The Rickers game when Renaya was off, me and Day were the ones to show up that game. So she always says I show up on the big days, on the big games when we really need me, and I think it's true since then. So.
Now, the significance of this championship, of course you all went to the state title last year but came up short, but you said that you thought that was a learning lesson to bring you all closer together. Just talk about the role you played on bringing this, you being a senior, bringing this team closer together to win not only the state championship but the national championship.
Well, I've been captain for 3 years since the 10th grade. In the 10th grade, that's when Renaya and Day and got a lot of freshmen to come in. And that year was our rockiest year. We weren't really together. You couldn't tell on the court, but like in practice we would argue, fuss and fight, but you could like never tell on the court. So it just took talking to each other. We started going out together, trying to learn more about each other so we could communicate more. Last year, I feel like not necessarily we were handed. My 10th grade year, I don't necessarily feel like we were handed anything, but I think it was an easy road to Lakeland. So last year, I felt like that we kind of took it for granted, that we thought that we were just going to go down there and win the state championship because like people were like, oh no, we're not going to come to the semifinal game. We're going to go to the championship game. We're like, okay, and now we're like, well, we didn't even make it. So we had no fans that game. So I just felt like it was a humbling experience for me and my teammates to just know that you have to even though you argue, fuss, and fight, you always have to go in the gym and work hard every day, no matter what's coming at you.
After the game, you showed a lot of emotion. Just talk about winning 3 state championships in 4 years and a national title, and the emotion that you were feeling at the end of the national title.
Well, Coach Sheila, any big game for her seniors, we always like got took out a little bit early so that we get people to clap for us. And like when I got off the court, I told myself I wasn't gonna cry, and I didn't cry when we won the state championship game because I told my teammates the season wasn't over yet. So when we did make it to nationals and we get to the championship game, I hugged my coach and I just broke down because it was my last game of my senior year, and we didn't just win, we drugged the floor with it. I don't care what anybody says. You can say they were burnt out. They play more games than us. We still be supposed to show up every day. So me crying, they got the ugliest faces of me. But just me and showing that emotion, it was crazy because I'm not a crybaby, if you guys believe it or not. But it was a blessing again. So.
Now let's talk about you personally, Mom. NOLA models. So just talk about how NOLA got into modeling and what made you pursue that for her.
NOLA, we were in the mall one day and somebody had us sign up, and NOLA said I want to do that, and I've always been the type parent, whatever she wants to do, I make it possible, no matter the cost, no matter the back and forth, the driving, because in order for her to do the process, we had to drive to St. Augustine every weekend twice, on Saturday and Sunday, for her to take the modeling classes, and she missed one class, and the makeup class was in Tampa, so I had to take her to Tampa for the weekend to do the makeup class. It's whatever she asks, and if she's serious about it, then I make sure I make it happen.
NOLA, talk about that. What made you want to get into modeling? What was appealing about that?
Well, I really didn't want to get into modeling, but I just knew I was always cute. So I just felt, oh my God, stop with the splashing. So I just feel like, I don't know, I'm tall, so I just feel like all models are tall.
Y'all pushing me?
And I don't know, modeling is just, it comes natural. I mean, the classes, they help, but I really didn't need it, but I know what I'm doing. Just
Now you have different sides. On the court, you're like an assassin. You're very serious. Some people call you a defensive specialist. You're charged with locking down the opponent's best player. But then off the court, you're funny. We saw you dancing. You also model. Just talk about the two sides of NOLA Carter.
Well, when I like to fool people when I walk in the gym because I wear a lot of jewelry, not jewelry. I wear earrings and necklaces and things like that. I love having on my pearls. So people think, oh, she's a girly girl. She's not going to do this. She's not going to do that. But when I get on the court, it's like I'm the most aggressive person out there. I'm diving for every loose ball. I'm trying to lock you down and things like that. So it's really just like a play of, I don't know how you say it, like a head game, I guess. Yeah. I try to play with them, and then after the game, I'm right back with my pearls on. I'm laughing and joking. And basketball, you're supposed to have fun with it, but I take it as serious because of my competitiveness. But I have fun sometimes. You'll see me crack a smile every now and then. But other than that, like you said, I am an assassin. So.
Mom, a decision to go to college is a very important one, extremely important. NOLA, have you decided on where you will attend school and if you will be playing basketball yet?
I'll be attending Fort Valley State University on a full athletic scholarship to play basketball.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
So just talk about what went into the thought process of choosing Fort Valley.
Well, Fort Valley State, it's in a small town in Georgia, so it's not really that much. It's been a lot of violence in colleges lately. Being on open campuses, it's like the campus is surrounded by a fence. It's not like a jail. But like, I just know I'll be safe. I'll be comfortable there. I went on a visit a couple of weeks ago. They have a Chick-fil-A on campus, which is the main reason I signed. And on Fridays, it's Catfish Friday. That's another reason I signed. But their facility, it's a HBCU, and and their facility is not like one you would think of as an HBCU. Most people think of it as being run down. The buildings are so old because that's when they built it and they're going to keep it that way. But no, the dorms are nice. It's just a really nice facility. And the coach, he coaches similarly to Coach Sheila and all my AAU coaches that I've had in the past.
Mom, you've been very, very integral in her education. She has her AA degree already. Talk about your thoughts on her choice for Fort Valley State.
At first, I was a little skeptical because it was out of the state of Florida. She's bright enough that she would have gotten the Bright Future Scholarship, but once she was offered the full ride and not only athletic scholarship, she also is getting an academic scholarship as well. So for me, it was all I wanted her to be able to do was call me and say, "Hey, Mama, how you doing?" Not call me and say, "Well, this class got to be paid for, that class got to be paid for." So that was part of our decision. What she wants to do when she finishes college is major. She wants to be a travel physical therapist. They had her major because my whole process with her was, while they're using you to help themselves look good on the court, I need for you to use them to get the degree that you want and need. Because at the end of it all, I wanted her to have a career and not just a job.
Last question, Nola. Basketball-wise at Fort Valley, just talk about what your goals are going into college and playing at the next level.
I plan to do the same thing that I did at Rebound High School. My defense, of course, I'm going to come with that very strong. But I plan to get my offensive game to the next level and be able to compete with any, no matter D1, D2, D3, JUCO, any type of player like that. Be able to compete with them on the highest level. So, and he plans to make me captain. So, I mean, I guess I'll be doing the same thing I'm doing at Rebound.
So as far as college, what is your desire to go into college? Are you looking to step right in and compete for a starting role?
Well, the coach, this is his first year back. He's the winningest coach in the division, which is the SAIC. So he didn't recruit the players last year, so he's bringing nobody back. So he's bringing only one person back. So that really gives me the shoe in just to go in there and try to get a starting role, try to get a main role, not just being like a side partner, you get what I'm saying? But to go in there and just be not necessarily the star of the team, but just have a main role to know, oh, when it comes to crunch time, I can count on you to win, things like that. So me starting, I think I have a really good chance just because there won't be any seniors. Oh, y'all get to start because y'all are seniors. There won't be any of those. It'll be one junior and the rest. One sophomore and the rest freshmen.
And long-term goals as far as basketball. Do you see yourself maybe at the pro level?
Well, that's never been one of my goals. If I get the chance to, I will pursue it, but that's not really what I want to do in life. I really want to open my own business to train athletes in books and basketball. I have like this whole plan in my head what I want to do. But if I do get the chance to go to WNBA or to play overseas, I'll consider that opportunity.
Nola, thank you so much. Congratulations. Best of luck for your future endeavors, Mom. Thank you so much for inviting us into your home. DUVALSPORTS.com. We're here with Nola once again and Coach Sparks, Shanette Sparks. Coach, just talk about the connection that you have with Nola on and off the court. Why it's so special?
I was blessed to meet Nola about 3 years ago. She came into one of my camps and it was just an eye-opening to see a lady that was so determined to work hard and to want to know more about the game. And then I battled with lupus myself, and me and my husband at that time, we were blessed to conceive, and the doctor told me that I should have an abortion and stop coaching and doing everything. And Nola and a lot of the girls were a big part of my support system. And my daughter's middle name is Nicole, and my husband had a sister that passed named Nicole. We named her after her, but also in honor of Nola, and just her hard work and her spirit, and always encouraging me to keep fighting and just keep being the woman I am. So I've been very blessed to be able to mentor and coach her through the last 3 years, and it's really helped me fight my battle every day.
Now, talk about, the fight that you see NOLA have, on the court that she gets from you. What goes through your mind when you see her in the zone, applying all the techniques that you all have gone through and done over the years?
Well, every time I go watch NOLA, I'm very amazed at her because she's one of the kids in this generation that really understands the value of teamwork and being a leader who leads to serve. So she's willing to sacrifice in any arena, whether that's diving on the floor to get in the loose ball, that's trapping, that's making the pass to get her teammate the bucket, or whether that's going to make sandwiches for the homeless like we done. So she's really a testament to what it means to be a student athlete, but to be a leader who's pushing others around her despite anything she's dealt with, despite any circumstances that have come up. She still continues to fight. And for me, it gives me strength and hope just to see her tenacity, just to see a young woman with so much courage, with so much strength, who's so okay with being herself. And that's what I love about her. She's okay with being NOLA. She's okay with smiling. She's okay with lighting up the room. And God has blessed her with that gift. So I'm just thankful to be a part of her life.
And Coach, you were a standout at St. Thomas Aquinas, a McDonald's All-American, and you held the top number of blocks conference-wise at UNF. Just talk about defensively. What have you instilled into NOLA that you see that makes her go out to excel defensively on the court?
Well, defense we love defense. And basically our mindset of defense, it doesn't matter how good you is offensively if you can never get the ball to score. And I think that's the kind of the players that we both are, because she realized and I realized that it doesn't matter how much we can score, we can affect the game on that end. And NOLA adds that to any team, anywhere she goes. She's a lockdown defender. Even when she played for me, I'm like, go get the best player. But it's a mindset that I would not be stopped, but I would do what it takes to not let you get what you want so I can accomplish my goal. And I think that's the biggest thing about this young lady. I can say that even when I met her, she laid down with me and she said, Coach, these are my goals. So even for me as a coach, now when she graduating, I met with her and told her my goals. So now I have to hold myself accountable too. So just like when she graduates in June, my goal is going to be able to finish my book this year that they're pushing me to. So it's just really a transform of relationship where you're able to mentor somebody who's able to pour back into you more than you even realize.
NOLA, do you think that all of the teachings, all of the practice that you all have gone through, do you feel like you've accomplished your goals that you and Coach have set out to accomplish?
Well, some of them, but it's way more to come. We got a lot of practice. Like I just told her after today, I'm going on a diet. I'm getting back in the gym. I'm getting back in shape because I kind of took a break because we've been playing from like September all the way through April, so I just kind of took a break for myself. But getting back in the gym, doing more things, working out, beach workouts, 6 o'clock in the morning, then we're going to the gym at 9. It's just those kind of things that are going to push me and help me more when I go to school to Fort Valley State and play basketball. It's going to help me stand out for myself.
Coach, NOLA, thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you.